Marvin Redpost, Super Fast Out of Control by Louis Sachar. Continents. Six. Saturday, Chapter 1. Marvin and his friends were hanging out in his backyard. "What do you want to do?" asked Stuart. "I dunno," said Marvin. "It's not fair that your mom won't let us watch TV," griped Nick. "What's so special about fresh air? Let's play unicorn," said Lindsay. Lindsay was Marvin's 5-year-old sister. "We're not playing unicorns," Marvin grumbled. "We're not playing unicorns." "So what do you want to do?" asked Stuart. "I don't know," said Marvin. "What about a video game?" asked Nick. "Does that count as TV?" "I'm the gold unicorn," said Lindsay. Marvin's the rainbow unicorn. Nick, you can be the blue unicorn. Stuart will be the pink unicorn. I don't want to be pink," said Stuart. "Why can't I be the gold unicorn?" "You can start out being gold unicorn," Lindsay explained. "First you have to do some good magic, then the unicorn fairy will turn you into gold." "We're not playing unicorn," said Marvin. "How did you get to be gold?" asked Stuart. "The unicorn fairy made me gold," said Lindsay, "because I used my magic to save the princess." "We're not playing unicorn," said Marvin. "How do you play?" asked Nick. Lindsay stared at Nick. She had never heard such a dumb question in all her life. "You just pretend you're a unicorn," she said. "How?" asked Stuart. Lindsay sighed. She couldn't believe Marvin had such stupid friends. Just pretend you're a magic horse with a horn in your head like this." She pranced around the yard, flapping her arms and sang, "I'm a unicorn, yes I am. I'm a gold unicorn, yes I am. Oh, I'm a gold unicorn, yes I am." "Lindsay, stop prancing and flapping your arm." Lindsay, stop prancing and flapping." "Your turn, Marvin," she said. "I don't want to," said Marvin. "You have to. It's the rules," said Lindsay. "Except when I did it, I was gold. You have to be a rainbow." "Just get out of here, Lindsay," snapped Marvin. "Can't you see we're busy? You're such a stupid pest." Lindsay stared hard at Marvin. She was afraid she was going to cry. "I'm telling the unicorn fairy on you," she shouted, then stormed into the house. She slammed the door behind her. Marvin sighed. "So what do you want to do?" asked Stuart. "I don't know," said Marvin. "It's unfair. Your mom won't let us watch TV," said Nick. "What's wrong with her?" Marvin shrugged. "We could ride bikes," suggested Stuart. Marvin got an uneasy feeling in his stomach. "There's nowhere to go," he said. "Hey, didn't you get a new mountain bike?" asked Nick. Marvin felt sick. "That's right," said Stuart. "How come you haven't shown it to us?" Marvin shrugged. "It's just a bike." I know, said Nick. "Let's ride our bikes down Suicide Hill." Just hearing those words made Marvin feel like he was falling down a very steep cliff. Let's ride our bikes down Suicide Hill. I'll go home and get my bike, said Stuart. Marvin couldn't believe it. Nick was a daredevil, but he thought Stuart was smarter than that. I'll bring my stopwatch, said Nick. Maybe we can break the record. Cool, said Stuart. Marvin didn't care about breaking records. He was more worried about breaking bones. Lindsay returned to the back door. Marvin was glad to see her. He thought it might be fun to play unicorns after all. Mom wants to see you, Lindsay said. As Marvin walked in the house, Lindsay said, "You're in big trouble now, mister." They walked to their mother's office. Marvin's mother was sitting at her desk in front of the computer. She worked as an accountant. She helped people figure their taxes. She normally didn't work on Saturdays, but it was getting close to April 15th, so she had to be very busy lately. "Did you yell at your sister?" she asked Marvin. "Kind of," he admitted. "You need to tell her you're sorry," said his mother. Marvin turned to Lindsay. She was wearing her sad and pitiful face. He got an idea. "Why should I?" he asked boldly. "I beg your pardon," said his mother. "I beg your pardon," said his mother. "Lindsay is a pest," Marvin said. "Marvin!" exclaimed his mother. "Now he owes me 2 sorries," said Lindsay. "You're the one who should be sorry," said Marvin, "for being so stupid." Marvin's mother looked at him for a long moment. She didn't yell at him. She simply said, "You need to tell Nick and Stuart it's time for them to go home. Then you will spend the rest of the afternoon in your room." Marvin pushed his luck. "That's not fair," he exclaimed. "We were going to ride our bikes down Suicide Hill. You won't be riding your bike for a week," said his mother. Marvin went back outside and told his friends the bad news. "Why, what did you do?" asked Stuart. "Nothing," said Marvin. "My mom just is in a bad mood." He told them goodbye, then went up to his room. He felt awful. He was glad he wouldn't have to ride his bike down Suicide Hill. But he felt bad for calling Lindsay a stupid pest. More than that, he felt terrible for being so afraid. He wasn't just afraid of Suicide Hill. He was afraid to ride his new bike. It seemed so big, and it had handbrakes. He never used handbrakes before. He also didn't know how to use all different gears. What made it worse, he was the one who had asked for a new bike. He begged for a new bike. His parents had said it would be very expensive. They said he already had a bicycle, but he'd called that a baby bike. He wanted a mountain bike. He said Lindsay could have his old bike. And in the end, they bought it for him. That was 10 days ago, and he still hadn't ridden it. Just thinking about it made him sick to his stomach. At least he wouldn't have to ride it for a week. He wished he still had his baby bike. Chapter 2. Monday. "You're so brave," said Casey Helpton. She sat next to Marvin in Miss North's class. She had a ponytail that stuck out the side of her head instead of the back. Marvin shrugged and smiled. He didn't know why Casey thought he was brave, but he was glad she did. "Judy and I are going to come watch you," said Casey. "Watch me when?" "Saturday," said Casey. "When you ride your new mountain bike down Suicide Hill." Marvin felt as if he'd been kicked in the stomach. He tried not to show it. He didn't want Casey Hempleton to think he was scared. "Who told you that?" he asked. "Judy and Casey." "She said you would have written down last Sunday. But you got in trouble for calling your sister a stupid pest. Now you can't ride your bike for a week, Marvin. Marvin didn't know how Judy Jasper knew so much about his life. Stuart told her, said Casey. Marvin never told Stuart he'd ride his bike down Suicide Hill on Saturday. He just told him that he couldn't ride his bike for a week. Marvin said, Miss North, have you been listening to anything I said? He looked at his teacher. I'm not sure. What did you say, Miss North? Gave Marvin the look. At recess, Marvin asked Stuart why he told Judy that he had called his sister a stupid pest. She asked me, Stuart. They were playing Rizzle fish tag. Let me get this straight, said Marvin. Judy Jasper came up to you and said, did Marvin call his sister a stupid pest? Something like that, said Stuart. And you told her we're going to ride our bikes down Suicide Hill on Saturday, Marvin asked. No, said Stuart. Marvin was glad about that. I told her you were going to ride your bike down Suicide Hill. My mom won't let me. My mom won't let me either, complained Nick, just because it's dangerous or something. But we'll come watch you, said Stuart. You might need to call someone. You might need someone to call 911, said Nick. Marvin couldn't believe it. They were the ones who had wanted to ride down Suicide Hill, not him. Alright. He wanted to ride down Suicide Hill. Not him, he thought. He remembered Nick bragging about how he'd ridden down Suicide Hill lots of times, full speed all the way. I thought you said you've ridden down Suicide Hill, he said. No, I never said that, Nick. Marvin knew he was lying. He tossed a paper plate on the ground and stepped on it. Everyone who had paper plates. The paper plates were the Rizzle fish. Clarence and Travis Rizzle beside him. Hey Marvin, said Clarence, are you ready to go down Suicide Hill? I'm not sure. See, I told he was a chicken, Clarence told Travis. We're not scared, said Nick. We thought Marvin. If Marvin says he'll ride down Suicide Hill, then he'll ride down Suicide Hill, said Stuart. He patted Marvin on the back, but Marvin never said he'd ride down Suicide Hill, thought Marvin. When demanded Clarence, Saturday, said Nick, at 12 o'clock. High noon, said Stuart. This I've got to see, said Clarence. I'm going to get a front row seat, said Travis. I'm going to be the biggest wipeout in history, said Clarence. He and Travis laughed. Marvin didn't know what to do. Everything was happening too fast. He felt like he was spinning downhill out of control, unable to stop. He wanted to scream. Okay, you guys, for chapter 3 and the rest of them, I'm going to make another part for chapter 3 and the rest of the chapters. So, see you guys. And stay tuned for the next video.